OBE is a process. You know that the process is the most important. The result could be a 98% accuracy or 97% accuracy or 60% accuracy. But process is the most important. Today I may get the 68% accuracy. If I implement the process, tomorrow I can get 80 or 90. So that the process is the most important. You see that when the NBA experts are visiting our campus, they are looking first process rather than result. If you have a process, there is a scope for improvement. So this is what you see that. Process that involves assessment and evaluation practices in education. So what is meant by see that assessment and evaluation? Once I deliver the content at the end of the semester or middle of the semester, we are conducting certain kind of mid-examinations and external examinations. All those comes under the category of assessment. And then you are going to evaluate all these things. So assessment and evaluation practices in education to reflect the attainment of expected learning. So that assessment and evaluation practices are reflecting in attainment calculation. That is what I think you might be very familiar. CO attainment, PO attainment, PSO attainment, PU attainment, like so all this assessment and evaluation is reflecting in attainment calculation. So once we are working sincerely for the assessment and evaluation, we can expect the positive result. Once we are very weak in assessment and evaluation, we should not able to expect the positive result at the end. This is what you see that. So that we need to focus much on the assessment and evaluation. So let us see now expected learning out and showing mastery in the program area. So once achieved the attainment 98% or 100%, then definitely we can say that category of students comes under which category? Mastery. Yes sir. Do you know that what is the difference in the professional engineer and graduate? Graduate means who is receiving the certificate. We can call by the nomenclature is graduate. Who is receiving the certificate? In addition to that, if I assign the task, if he is ready to accept, then he is called professional engineer. That is what difference between the graduate and professional engineer. But once he receives the degree, he could not able to accept the task. If he is expecting some extra amount of time for the completion of the task, then I can say he is called graduate. That is the basic difference between the professional engineer and graduate. So this is what. So let us look into this OBE framework. This is a combination of two models. One is a top-down model, other one is bottom-up model. So top-down is a designing process, bottom-up is implementation process. Simply, once you have an idea about the Java or Python, C, C++ languages, they can understand very easily. So this is what. So what about is the development process, OBE framework. I should start with what? Mission defining. So next I have to go for concentrating on the program educational objectives with respect to the program. NBA accreditation is for program or department? Program, not for department. NBA accreditation is program wise. And NAC accreditation is department or program or institution? Institution wise. So NAC is institution accreditation and NB is program accreditation. Suppose in our department, if you are running maybe BTech CSC, BTech AI, MTech CSC, MTech cyber security, like how many programs are there? 4 are there. So you need to submit proposal individual program wise only, not department wise. So this is what. Next, program educational objectives. Next is with respect to that program, the program outcomes are common to maximum courses. You know that is the commonality, program to program, but where the differentiation is only program specific outcomes. You know that with respect to the specialization, you must define certain set of program specific outcomes. Those outcomes will be helpful for the deciding the specialization of the program. So this is what. Next, the program outcomes are further classified into course outcomes. Yes sir, course outcomes. Next is I have to extract question. I have to extract from where? But we are preparing the question by going through the syllabus. Then we are trying to correlating with the course outcomes. So this is the process we adapted. This is a modern marriage system. Old traditional marriage system is what you know that before finding the relation, then they can try to find the mapping. But modern system is first they are visiting their home, then they are trying to finding the relation, whether she is uncle or maybe daughter or maybe something she is valid or not, yes or no. So this is what you see that. So what we need to do when we are setting the question paper, we must understand the course outcomes and the syllabus. With respect to the course outcome, I have to try to extract the questions. That is our job. But how many of us focus in this direction? No. Just going through the syllabus, setting the question paper, then we are trying to correlating with the course outcomes. So that is what you see, that course outcome. I'll tell you what is. So now question. So this is the development process. Attainment process is question to CO mapping, and again CO attainment, CO to PO mapping, PO attainment, PO to PO mapping, PO attainment, PO to vision mapping, vision attainment. So this is the combination of top-down and bottom-up approach. Which is the top-down? Development process is the top-down and implementation process is bottom-up. So once again I am repeating, development process is I have to start with the vision, mission, next PO, PO and PSO, next CO, next I have to extract the question. Then implementation is question to CO mapping, CO attainment, CO to PO and PSO mapping, PO, PSO attainment, PO and PSO mapping to the PO, PO attainment, PO to mission, vision. So this is the sequence of the process. I hope now you understood the overall architecture of the outcome-based education. So once. What is an outcome? So we have a doubt, what is an outcome? Always we used to think about that. Course outcomes describe what student is able to do after completing a course and earning the credits. You know that every student is earning the credits and completion of their course also. At the end of the course, what they are able to do, that is the most important. Whether he is received the certificate or not, that is not important. Whether he should able to do it or not, that's what most important. Let us take it an example of the chef. So what I am expecting from the chef, whether she could able to prepare the curry properly or not, whether she is having the degree or not, shall I look into the degree? Same thing, engineer is also. That's what most important. You know that the engineering definition, science, engineering, technology, next is emerging areas, AI, ML, many are there. What is the differentiation between these four? Science, to study the nature. By studying the nature, I can identify the problem. With respect to that problem, I have to develop the solution. That comes under which category? Engineering. So that means engineering is an application of science. And the technology is what? More flexibility. And emerging is more comfortability, simply I can say. I can give an example. If I switch on all these ACs and fans, in that case, my body should act as a science. Do you know that? Our body is also science. Yes or no? Once it is acting as a science, then science is predicting temperature is very high. Then what I am thinking, once my body is sensing something is there, that something is what? Temperature is very high. Now I want to try to reduce the temperature. How I can reduce the temperature? With the help of engineering concepts, I am developing one device. What is that? A fan or AC. So with the help of the fan and AC, I am able to reducing the temperature. Okay, I am enjoying with that. Maybe my age is maybe 100 years. In that case, what I need to do? I have to go there, switch off, switch on every time. Is it possible to me at the age of 100? Not possible. In that case, what I am expecting? I am expecting a remote. It could be possible by what? Technology only. Okay, with the technology I am enjoying, no doubt about it. But my age may be 150 years. In that case, what I am thinking? My fingers are not working properly. In that case, what I am expecting? According to my requirement, if it can readjust the temperature, then I could enjoy. That is what you see that? Emerging areas, automation, AI. So that is the basic difference between the science, engineering, technology and emerging area. So emerging area is very important in every domain, not only in a computer science. I have told you, fan. Is it computer science domain? Tesla car. Is it computer science domain? So that NEP policy is focusing on the multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary. Why they are focusing on multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary? I have told you, emerging area, how I can use any domain. So yes or no? Like this. So this is what, like at the end of the program, what students are able to do it. That is what they focus on, the application of knowledge learned, not just the knowledge itself. You see, in our engineering program, when I look into the curriculum, I feel sometimes guilty. Why I should feel guilty? I should feel same sometimes. Why? What is the reason? Do you know that when I look into the course structure, in the course structure, if I see the LTP, almost all the courses are under the category of lecture hours or maybe tutorial hours. Only 30-40% maybe, not more than 30% of courses under the category of practical orientation. So without practical knowledge, what is the use of engineering concept? Why should I store everything? You see that? Are you getting my point? Let us see that. So now you see that application of knowledge learned, not just the knowledge itself. So we are teaching n number of concepts, but how many of us focusing on the respective applications of the concept? Just let us collect yourself when you go to the market. This is the concept you are applying knowingly or unknowingly. Do you know that? When you want to decide the quantity of the ingredient, how do you decide it? With respect to the application of the respective ingredient only. Yes or no? What are the projects you want to implement next 1 week or 2 weeks? With respect to that, what kind of ingredient I have to use it in that respective project? According to that, you may be deciding the quantity of the ingredient. Yes or no? So then, without knowing the application, without education, mother is always applying the application. She may be having education or not, I don't know, but she is applying. Yes or no? So this is the power of the application of the concept. Without application, why should I teach? Would you bring the item without knowing the application of the ingredient? But what we are doing in engineering? Just recollect. Without knowing application, we are keeping everything in the memory. So that's not use. Are you getting my point? So application of knowledge is the highest priority according to the NEP 2020 policy. Not only 20 policy, in future we required. Not just the knowledge itself. COs are also called learning outcomes or student learning outcomes. Through the NBA specifically uses the term course outcomes. Various people have been defined various nomenclatures. So we have to try to find out the synonyms also. Okay, so that is what most important. Let's understand outcome based education as a complete system for designing, implementing and continuously improving technical education at the degree level. Okay, degree means not only BTech. Okay, MTech also degree, both. So I hope now you understood what is the importance of the outcome. Outcome is application and practical orientation is the most important in the coming years. You see that now Zoho company, they are recruiting without interview also, they are recruiting the people by testing their case study project. So would I recruit the chef by looking the degree or by testing her food? You tell me? Same thing. Tomorrow, engineer is also equivalent to chef, no doubt about it. Same process. So that when she is not performing very well in the kitchen, then what do? We can go for the alternative. That is called, in a software company, one nomenclature is there. What is that? Layoff. Layoff. When they are not performing well, that's what concept. So students learn well when they are clear about what they should be able to do at the end of a course. They must know at the end of the course what I am going to do. That's the most important. When we start a particular course, first we should start with the course objectives and the course outcomes only. So this is most important. Next, assessment is an alignment with what they are expected to do. You see that assessment in alignment with the course outcomes. That is what I have shared with you in the previous slide. Outcome based education. I have to extract the question from the course outcome. Then it is default. Which is the default? Alignment. Yes or no? So that is what you see that. Alignment with the course outcomes. Next, instructional activities are designed and conducted to facilitate them to acquire and demonstrate what they are expected to do. Alignment among instruction, assessment and course outcomes. But as much as possible, try to instruct the student group discussion and little small projects also most important. But you see that in C programming or maybe Python programming, when I see the laboratory course, what are the laboratory experiments, please? Write a program, write a program, write a program, write a program. అమ్మకు వంట చేయమనంటే ఏం చెప్పింది? ఉడకబెట్టు ఉల్లిపాయ, ఉడకబెట్టు ఆనియన్, ఉడకబెట్టు ఇంకొక కాయ కూరగాయ అని చెప్పినట్టుంది. అవునా కదా? మరి కర్రీ అట్లా చేస్తే తింటాం మనందరం. కర్రీ అనేది కూడా ప్రాజెక్టే కదా. సో ఏం చేస్తాం? ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తాం కదండి. సో లైక్ దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డిజైన్ అట్లీస్ట్ వన్ కేస్ స్టడీ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ course. That is missing in our curriculum. How do you expect as expert once he complete that respective course? ఉడకపెట్టడం నేర్పించడం తప్ప కర్రీ చేయడం నేర్పించకపోతే బయటకు వచ్చినాక కర్రీ చేయమంటే చేస్తుందా? అట్లా ఉంది మన చదువు. కరెక్ట్గా చెప్పండి. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు చేంజ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ ఇన్ ద curriculum first. Okay. What are course outcomes? Course outcomes, what the student should be able to do at the end of the course. I think you know that. It is an effective ability, including attributes, skills, and knowledge to successfully carry out the identified activity. So you know that if I maintain ask, I never ask anybody. That is what my fundamental statement in my life. If I maintain ask, I never ask anybody. What is the mean by ask? Ask is a full form attitude, next skill, next knowledge. Once if I maintain ask, do I depend on any other person? Should I ask anybody? So that is what curriculum. The entire curriculum is mapping to the three parameters. What are the three parameters? Attitude, skill, and knowledge. So when I am framing course outcomes, I have to decide what kind of combination is required in the respective course outcome among the three. Combination means maybe some of the course outcomes only attitude based, some of the outcomes may be only knowledge, some of the outcomes may be only skill, or maybe combination. Combination is attitude, skill and knowledge, or attitude, knowledge. Like you see that with respect to the type of the course, you must be decide what combination is required. So when I am framing the course outcomes, I need to keep in my mind three parameters. What are the three parameters? Attitude, knowledge and skill. Okay, so this is what you see that. So when you are preparing the theoretical concepts, you need to keep in mind, should I add skill or not? That's most important. Okay, most important aspect of CO should be observable and measurable. Okay. So what are the differences between the course objectives and the course outcomes? I think you might be familiar about these two terms, course objectives and course outcomes. Excellent. Next. Exactly. So what I am going to teach concepts, that is what objective. At the end of the completion of that respective concept, whether student should able to choose appropriate concept to the appropriate situation. That is the real outcome. So not only to teach the concept, they should able to choose appropriate concept to the appropriate situation. You know, really every mother used to apply the outcome based education when she used to prepare the curry with respect to the data availability in their home. Suppose if she is preparing the curry for the old age people, yes or no? She could decide what are the ingredients are required. If she could be preparing for child people, some other masala, yes or no? She could select the same kind of masala for everyone. She could decide which is the right masala for respective category of students. That is the outcome. That is the real outcome. But they are asking, I am preparing. Is it outcome? What I am having in my mind? That's not. With respect to the yes or no? So this is what definition, statement describing what students will learn. So what students will learn. Next, statement describing what students will be able to do at the end of the program. So course, focus on curriculum and instruction, but course objectives are focus on curriculum and instruction, focus on application and higher order learning skills. That is the most important. Without higher order learning skills, it is very difficult to. Okay. Next, I'll share you what is mean by that. Next, scope, broad and overarching. Then this is what course outcome is specific and measurable. Next example, understanding principles of marketing. Is it enough? Analyze market trends and develop marketing strategy. That is the most important. I know everything. What is the use of that if I know everything? I should able to analyze, I should able to develop certain things for the respective situation. That is what actual requirement. SR. So this is what. Next. Example, master the basic Python programming. Basics of Python programming. I am expert in the Python programming. Is it sufficient? Then what I want to do? Write a Python program to solve computational problems is the most important. If I assign the task, whether he should able to solve the problem or not. If he could able to solve, then he is a real professional engineer. If he is unable to solve the problem, he is a graduate simply. That is the basic difference, graduate and a professional engineer. Next example, familiarize with the statistical methods and techniques. I am very familiar, but what is the use of I am also familiar with Modi. What I can do with Modi? I am familiar, no doubt about it. How? I know it, but where is the interaction? So this is what you see that. Apply statistical methods to analyze research data. Next, last one. Students will be able to understand the concepts of X and Y is outcome, objective. Students will be able to understand the concepts of X and Y. They know the X and Y concept. Let us see now, outcome is students will be able to understand the concepts of X and Y and choose suitable concept for the respective domain. He has to choose the right technique for the right situation. That's the most important. That is the purpose of education. Yes, sir. So now I hope you understood what is the difference between the course objectives and the course outcomes. Course objectives are implied in course outcomes, so that NBA never expect from us which category? Course objectives. They are asking only course outcomes. Why they are asking only course outcomes? I hope now you understood why. Course objectives are implied. Without understanding the concept, should able to select appropriate one to the appropriate situation. So that is what. So for that purpose, NBA expecting from us only one. That is what? Course outcomes. They are not asking both. But even in university, they may be. Okay. Please identify the right answer. Which option aligns more closely with the course outcome? Which is the right answer, please? More relevant. I think almost all may be relevant only, but which is more relevant? Familiarity with various sorting techniques. Next, the ability to effectively implement and select suitable sorting methods based on provided information. Next is proficiency in implementing. Which is the right answer? Yeah, B only. So that's what I have given already example. With respect to my family members, I have to prepare the curry. Yes, sir. Or should I prepare as per my knowledge? No, I have to apply with respect to that. Next. Which of the following is an example of course outcome? Yeah. C. Okay. Good. Yeah, this is repeating, please. Okay. First one is repeating. Next one. Which is the right answer? Which is the right answer? Course outcome is? Are you preparing the curry more specific or maybe broader curry to everyone? Specifically to the set of category people only, no? So that which is the right answer? C. Specific, measurable, accessible. Next. What is the relationship between course objectives and course outcomes? right answer is outcomes are derived from objectives and specify what students will be able to do it. In the context of OBE, what role does the course outcome play? Which is the right answer? Is it B or C or D? Specifies and measures the learning achievements of. Next, which document typically reflects what students are expected to learn and be able to do by the end of the course? Which is the right answer? Last dusk. Were you able to see the content? Okay, course outcomes. I hope now you understood little. What are the characteristics of learning outcomes? This is the most important. Characteristics of the person, characteristics of the learning outcome, characteristics of Mike also. Like you see that every object. Yes. So outcomes should clearly state what students should be able to achieve. So course outcome is a statement or question? First you tell me. Course outcome is a statement or question? Course outcome is a statement. A statement is a sentence which is either true or false, but not both. This is the concept you might be studied in computer science, discrete mathematics, or maybe in a mathematical course also. A statement is a sentence which is either true or false, but not both. Why but not both? Avoid the ambiguity. I may go. You keep in mind whether he will go or not, he will go or not. That is what ambiguity. Yes or no? I will go. Very straight away. Yes or no? You feel happy. Otherwise, you feel little unhappy because of ambiguity there. When he will go, when he will go. Yes or no? So this is what? So like course outcome is statement. It should be a smart. Course outcome is a smart. Smart means, let us see. What is the full form? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bounded. Smart. Because of, so the course is having how many months? Only maximum for 6 months. In the 6 months, maybe 16 weeks. So that is what I have to keep in my mind. What time bound also. And also other one is specific also. Measurable. Should I able to achieve? That's also most important. I can reach sky within 1 hour. Would I accept that statement? Like that, you decide whether it is feasible, whether it is achievable, whether it is measurable, whether it is possible in the time bound, whether it is specific. This is the most important when I am framing the course outcomes, not simply to frame the course outcome. I have to verify these are the properties, what you see that. Okay? Aligned with Bloom's taxonomy. Covers various levels of cognitive skills. Do you know what is meant by cognitive skill? Are you familiar with cognitive skills? Without understanding the cognitive skills, I should not able to formulate the course outcomes. This is very important, please. I think you might be having experience in the real life. All mothers having the excellent experience with the cognitive skills. But we are studying in the book, it is a purely academic, not purely academic, it is a purely professional. Why? Bloom's taxonomy is classified into 3 categories. Do you know that? Yes or no? What are the 3 categories? Cognitive skills, affective domain skills, and psychomotor skills. Yes or no? The cognitive skills are classified into 6. What are the 6? Remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creative. How do you remember all these 6 sequentially? What method you can apply? You tell me please. If you want to keep all these 6 in a sequential manner in your memory, in that case, you must choose certain kind of process for forever remembering. Yes or no? What kind of method? I want to keep in my memory. What? Remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creative. How can I store? I have to connect to the real life example. That is the most important in education. That is missing in education. For that purpose, NEP 2020 focusing on real life examples. Which is a real life example? You had experience. When you want to prepare the curry, what you need to do first? You tell me. If you want to prepare the curry, let us take it as one project. Is it project or not? It is a real life project, holistic project, healthy project. When you want to prepare the curry, what kind of skill you apply initially? What is this? Memory. Yes or no? That is what remembering. Once you apply the remembering, you identified 10 or 15 ingredients for the respective curry. Then what do you do? Because there are various brands of masalas are there. What you need to do? You need to understand each and every ingredient. Once you understand each and every ingredient, then you must know the application of each and every ingredient. Yes sir? Without knowing the application, would you be able to use it? Yes sir? So then you have your own process or pseudocode or algorithm or procedure, whatever the nomenclature is there. Once you apply your procedure, the curry is ready. Then what do you do before going to shifting from the stove to the other location? What is this? That is what? Analyzing. In our language, taste. But in educational language, analyzing. This is the data sending to my intelligence system. My intelligence system is analyzing, again getting the result. Yes sir, suppose if you are preparing every day one kind of curry, that is what chicken curry. Okay, for example, chicken curry is, if you are preparing every day, your child, how he feel, you tell me? He feel little bit boring. What mom, you are preparing every day same curry, I want little bit taste different. In that case, what do? You think about your budget. But if you doesn't have any budget, in that case what do? You enter into your garden. In the garden you can find some number of leaves. In those leaves you can select one leaf. What is that leaf? Popular leaf? Gongura. You can select gongura, you are adding for the existing process only. Yes or no? Then you named it as a, that is project title. Gongura chicken curry. Earlier it was chicken curry. That's it. What is the creative? That difference is a creative. So once we know the existing, then we can easy to apply the creative skill. Without knowing the existing, how I can? That's what in PhD or MTech project they are suggesting, to learn existing system. Then we can easy to make it as a better model. That is the purpose of that. So now would you be able to remember or not easily? Yes or no? Is it purely academical cognitive skills? I don't accept purely academical. It is everywhere. Everywhere. Even for my health lifestyle system also I used to apply the cognitive skills only when I wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning I used to apply all these 6 skills. If I can apply, why should I depend on the tablet? That's what I used to tell you, because if I did not use tablet in the last 21 years. That is what my always mind is going in the direction. Why not apply my education for my health instead of only for earning? Yes sir. So this is what. I hope now you understood what are the cognitive skills. And affective domain skills. Without love and affection, she could not take care about her children. Yes sir. Even psychomotor skills, she could train her children. How to stand, how to behave, how to run, how to walk. Yes sir. All these skills, knowingly or unknowingly, she is applying all these 3. What are the 3? Cognitive skills, affective domain skills and psychomotor skills. Whether she may be educated or uneducated, that's not important here. Okay? So, but we are studying in the book, even though we are unable to connect to the real life. So this is the situation in the education. Example, not specific, under basic chemistry concepts. Is it specific? It's a little bit broader. Next, specific means identify and describe the 3 states of matter and their properties. It is a more little specific orientation. So course experts group, who is responsible for framing of the course outcomes? Subject teacher. Subject teacher. As an individual, we cannot build a better model, no doubt about it. As a group, we can build a better model, always. Yes or no? So for that purpose, what we required? Course experts group. You have to constitute the course experts group, and then functions, review and refine course content and delivery, ensure alignment with program objectives and outcomes, provide recommendations for improvements, action, minutes of CEG. CEG means? One second. So would you able to receive my information or not, please? That is what I am asking you. Am I going fastly or medium or low? It's okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, let us look into this. The course outcomes are representing the competency level. The competency level is already I told you, combination of 3. What are the 3? Let us look into this. Knowledge, skill and attitudes. So this is the most important when I am formulating course outcome. Should I concentrate only on one aspect, or should I concentrate on 2 aspects? Should I concentrate on 3 aspects? That you decide it with respect to the course. So framework. You see that when I am framing the course outcomes, I have to go through the curriculum, teaching, learning, as well as program outcomes and program specific outcomes, all most important. So steps for writing course outcomes. First one is start with the, I think you might be having experience in high school section. English teacher might be taught this is the concept. Yes or no? Action verbs. So action verb, we see that. What is meant by action verb? Use a precise action verb that indicates the level of learning expected in the context of, suppose, data structures. Not only to use only cognitive verbs, you can use your own verb also if it is equivalent to the cognitive verb. That's enough. Okay. In that aspect, examples include implement, analyze, design, compare or optimize. You can choose any one of these action verb. But when we are writing a course outcomes, we must start with the action verb. This is most important. By going through the action verb, I can decide the level of the cognitive. Level of cognitive. Level of cognitive means remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating. This is. Follow with a statement. I have told you, CY is a statement. A statement is a sentence which is either true or false, but not both. Okay, we remember it. The statement should describe the knowledge and abilities to be demonstrated, means in the aspect of 3 dimension. What are the 3 dimension? Attitude, knowledge and skill. So action verb, implement. Let us see course outcome. Implement and apply various data structures including arrays, linked lists, binary trees to solve algorithmic problems and optimize performance. So you can use more than one action verb also permitted, not only one action verb every time. Wherever you require, you can use more than one. I hope now you understood. Next, course outcome. What is the course outcome is? Declarative statement. Course outcome is a declarative statement. What is meant by declarative statement? For example, you see that students will be able to analyze and solve problems using dynamic programming concepts or maybe techniques. Question, an interrogative statement. So question I have to extract from the statement. Let us take it an example in the political scenario. One minister might be say one statement, I can develop the whole city. In the evening when we go back to the home, once we switch on the TV, and then several experts might be sitting as a group and they start the discussion regarding that statement. Which is a statement? I develop the whole city. In what aspect you will develop? Like that they can question one by one. So that is what we say, that they are extracting questions from that statement only. Yes sir? If they are debating, then that is what commenting negatively. They have to extract the question with respect to that statement only. So that is what you see that. Interrogative statement, for example, what are the key principles of dynamic program? This is the question and this is what you see that statement. So this question is I extracted from the respective statement only. Suppose my statement is I develop the city, but you are extracting the question, what would you able to provide the artificial rain? Is it relevant to that statement? That's not relevant to that statement. So when I am questioning, that question should be relevant to the statement only. So this is most important. Next, statement and question, what is the difference? I think you might be familiar. So you are familiar COs and question paper also. Once without understanding the difference between the statement and the question, it's very difficult to frame the question paper. Statement is conveys information or expresses an idea. Question is seeks information or prompts a response. And statement is declarative sentence or expression. This is interrogative. Use it to share thoughts or provide information. And this is what? Seek clarification or input. So I can file the case. So and so person is damaged my life. Is it statement or question? It is statement. Once I submit a file, then the inquiry committee, what they do? They can extract in line to my statement n number of questions. Yes sir, whether they go to the beyond that? No. They don't have a right. Whatever the document I have submitted, with respect to the document, whatever the statement I claimed, with respect to the statement, they have to try to extract the information. That is their job, not to enter into their family again. Yes sir? So this is what. Next, teacher. The capital of France is Paris. And this is what? What is the capital of France? So next, student. The book was interesting. Here is, why do you think author wrote that? So this is a questioning. Like you see that the difference between the statement and question. Okay. Whoever want to prepare for the CBI exams, they must understand statement and question, or police department, or any other inquiry department, or income tax department also. Yes sir, with one statement they try to extract several things. So course level, and describe achievement expected in a particular course. I think you know that department is consisting of n number of programs, and every program is consisting of m number of courses. Are you getting my point? In each semester 6 to 8 courses are there, around maybe 6 multiply 8, 42 or something, or 50 courses might be there, okay, around. So that is what with respect to the course. Next, outcomes are expressed as a, this is what we discussed already, outcomes are expressed as a attitude, skill, knowledge. Then outcome is a statement. The statement is consisting of, one is action verb, next one is, it has to specify very clearly subject content, next to level of achievement, etc. So once if I am writing a course outcome, I should keep in my mind what are the components, action verb, subject content, level of achievement. Let us see level of achievement means, with respect to the level of achievement, I can decide what is the category of degree also, whether it is a diploma, whether it is in UG, whether it is a PG. Do you know what is the difference in the UG and PG? What is the difference in the UG and PG? Yeah, I agree with your answer, but I want little bit academic differentiation between UG and PG. Already I have told you cognitive skills. Cognitive skills are classified into 6. That 6 I can divide into 2 categories. What are the 2 categories? Lower order thinking skills and higher order thinking skills. So lower order thinking skills means remembering, understanding, applying. And higher order thinking skills means with overlapping. With overlapping means application, analyzing, evaluating, creative. So this is most important, please all of you. when I am framing the curriculum for the diploma course, I have to keep in my mind which category? Lower order thinking skills. Yes or no? If I am preparing the curriculum for UG, so I have to concentrate on both categories, balancing. If I am preparing the curriculum for the PG, I have to concentrate on higher order things. If I am preparing the curriculum for the pre-PhD, only higher order thinking skills. When I look into the curriculum, I have to easy to identify whether it is a UG, PG, pre-PhD. Yes sir. Sometimes if I am a student of the PhD, I can go to the court also. Why? How they can conduct MTech course as a pre-PhD course? Whether it is a really higher order thinking skills or combination, I don't know. If I can analyze, if I can evaluate, if it is a really lower order, then I can go. Yes sir. So that is the most important. When I am preparing the UG curriculum, I have to give the weightage 50-50 ratio for lower order and higher order. If I am preparing the PG curriculum, 80% for higher order and 20 to 30% for lower order. If I am preparing the curriculum for pre-PhD course, in that case, 99% higher order thinking skills. This is the most important. By that I have to be differentiate UG and PG. How many of us thinking in this direction? Simply developing the content. Oh, this is the nomenclature of the course. Okay, go ahead. This is what the process is going on. Yes or no? So this is what. So level of achievement means one is a basic, next one is proficient, advanced, or you can use your own nomenclatures. 3 categories or 4 categories or 5 categories or 6 categories, that is your wish. Okay. Next, proficient means, what is the proficient? Knowledge of real world situations and analytical skills appropriate to subject matter. So whether the outcome is relevant to the combination of analytical and critical analysis is the most important. Analytical and critical analysis. If I understood the analytical and critical analysis, I can easily to identify the solution for the respective problem. Do you know that we are applying every day in the morning? How many of us recollecting? Am I applying or not? Analytical and critical analysis in every day in the morning? Are you getting my point? When I wake up, immediately my brain is working on my body, on my data set. Which is my data set? This is my data set. My brain is working on my body. In which aspect? Analytical skills. Which part? Working. And why it is not working properly. Then I am applying critical analysis. On the basis of that, I am concluding, oh, left hand might be little pain or left leg might be little pain. That is the problem we identified. And then we try to find the solution. Yes or no? Are you applying or not in every day? Knowingly or unknowingly, you are applying in every day, morning. What are the skills? Analytical and critical analysis. Analytical means I start with the head to leg. Should I verify part by part or entire body at a time? That's what? Breaking down the entire object into several subdivisions, and each subdivision I will analyze. And should I conclude immediately? No. By applying critical analysis, I am concluding this is the problem I have. Like that, everybody should apply. If they can apply, they can enjoy their life with their data with effectively. This is the most important. Okay. So like analytical, real world situation. That is what real world situation. I told you, no, wake up. Subject matter. Knowledge focuses on what students know. Abilities or skills focus on what students can do. Attitudes focus on students' approaches and behaviors. Values focus on students' guiding principles and ethics. You see that. So we have to be concentrated in all the dimensions. So let us see. A learning outcome is a measurable, observable and a specific statement that clearly indicates what a student should know and be able to do as a result of learning. So the same information I am keeping in the form of diagrammatical representation, which we discussed in the previous slide. What is the information? You see that first one is action verb, second one is subject content, next one is level of achievement, condition, performance. If you want more, you can enhance it, that is your choice. If you want to make it more specific, that is your choice. Okay. Next, analysis risk management strategies for investment and insurance decision. This is what I am claiming as a one statement. This is course outcome. But now what I should do, I should verify whether this statement is acceptable or not. If it is acceptable, whether it is more specific or not, I have to verify. How I can verify? I have to check these three parameters, whether it is fulfilling or not. How? Let us see. The first one is justification, action verb, analysis. Okay? Yes or no? Next is subject content. What is meant by this? Risk management strategies for investment and insurance decisions. Next is level of achievement, proficient, provides clear expectations for student performance, allows for effective benchmarking assessment design. Like this you need to verify. So this is what you see that. If it is fulfilling the requirement, then I can accept. You know, when NPA expert is visiting our campus, they never say it is right or wrong. They used to consider. Once they consider, then they can apply these are the techniques. On the basis of these techniques, they can decide what is the rating of your course outcome. NBA expert doesn't have a right to say right or wrong. He has to decide only rating. Even myself also, if I am interacting with a student, I should not say you are a bad boy, you are a good boy. I should give the rating only. That is our job actually. How can you decide it you are bad or good? Only rating. Okay. So this is what. Next one, statement. The student will demonstrate proficiency in applying sorting techniques to real world situations and exhibit analytical skills appropriate to the subject matter. In this you see that what is meant by action verb? Demonstrate proficiency is action verb in this statement. Okay. Next is applying sorting techniques. What is this? Subject content. Next is level of achievement. You see proficiency. Why this is a proficiency? You see that in applying sorting techniques to real world situations and exhibit analytical skills appropriate to the subject matter. So like this you need to verify whether it is fulfilling the minimum 3. If more than 3, it's extraordinary, no doubt about it. Next, another one, statement. Analyze and design efficient data structures for real world problem solving scenarios. Let us see now. Action verb is analyze and design. Subject content is efficient data structures. Level of achievement is proficient. Next, statement. Implement various data structures and algorithms to solve complex computational problems. In this you need to verify all these three. Okay. Action verb is implement. Subject content is data structures and algorithms. Level of achievement is proficient. So what is the primary goal of specifying an action verb in a course outcome? Why we are talking about action verb in every statement? You see that. The right, which is the right answer? Okay, we'll check it. To clarify what students should be able to do with the knowledge. This is the most important. But we are delivering the content in the classroom, but not application and practical orientation. I am teaching how to make a curry, but not allowing to them to enter into the kitchen. Are you getting my point? Let us take it in our curriculum. There are elective courses are there, professional elective courses are there, open elective courses are there. When I look into the professional elective courses, there are certain set of courses are there. Data analytics course is there. But you are not allowing them to enter into the laboratory, but you are asking them to fulfill the requirements for the data analytics. How they can fulfill? Is it integration of knowledge and skill or only skill knowledge? Data analytics. Without practical, can understand the concept? For that, which is the right example? You are asking them, you be proficient in a kitchen, but you are not allowing them to enter into the kitchen. That is what professional. So that I used to comment everywhere. When you are introducing professional courses, it is the depth of the knowledge. It is not the breadth of the knowledge. When it is the depth of the knowledge, what they required, they know the application, they know the practical experience also. Otherwise, how we can claim he is a professional? He is a professional chef, I am calling, but not allowing to them into the kitchen. This is what the curriculum as of now. So recently I have given mail also to Minister of Education. This is what in this aspect. If you have any information, you can share to me with my mail ID. At least I can represent to the central government. Somebody can realize, somebody can come out. Yes or no? Somebody has to be point out. Next, which of the following is a well-written course outcome for a data structures? All are acceptable, no doubt about it, but which is the more relevant according to the my three conditions? What are three conditions? Action verb, subject content, level of achievement. If it is fulfilling all three, then that is the best. Answer is students will be able to design and implement linked lists and hash tables. Comparatively, remaining it is a good. Even this is also acceptable only. I am not giving highest ranking for this. Next, which of the following is an example of specific, measurable and achievable course outcome for data structure course? Students will be familiar with data structures. Is it outcome or objective? It's objective. I am familiar. It's objective only. Next, students will write a report on data structures. Next, students will be able to implement and compare the performance of binary search trees and AVL trees. Which is the right answer, please? So almost all are acceptable, but in this I have to select the best one. Okay? What is the main goal of course outcome? What is the main goal of course outcome? To outline what students should achieve by the end of the course. What is the key difference between a course outcome and a question? What is the difference between the course outcome and a question? As a teacher, we must know the differentiation between the outcome and a question. Otherwise, how can I set the question paper? A course outcome is a type of question used in exams. A course outcome sets educational goals with a question message knowledge. Course outcome is used to elicit information, whereas a question defines learning targets. Let us see now. Answer is a course outcome sets educational goals while question assesses knowledge. How does the measurement of course outcome differs from a question? Which is the right answer, please? Okay, you cross check yourself. Okay. Which of the following is true about a course outcome? Which is the right answer? Next, how does a question differ from a course? I think already it is covered. Course outcomes are typically A, B, C, D. Which is the right answer? Which is the right answer? Aligned with institution goals and accreditation standards. That's, I have to keep in my mind institution goal also, vision, mission, PUs. Without knowing the vision, mission, PU, how can I formulate the course outcome? This is the most important, all of you, please. Which aspect is more concerned with the course outcomes? In the beginning of the presentation, how stated this is what you see that. Assessment and evaluation methods. Course outcomes should be okay, which is the right answer? Specific and measurable. Which verb is commonly used to start a well-formulated course outcome? Which is the right one? Very good. Next, what does the SMART stand for in the context of formulating course outcomes? Specific? Okay. Yeah, excellent. Next, course outcome should be revised. Huh? Which is the right answer? B? E? D? Okay. Periodically based on assessment data and feedback. So how can I check my health? How can I visit the hospital? Yearly once? Once in a month? Twice in a month? Twice in a year? On what basis I can take a decision to visit the hospital? Same example, why not apply for the real life? Are you getting my point? Based on assessment and feedback, I can take a decision to visit or not. What God has given powerful gift to us, what is the gift? Intelligence. People are depending on AI always. Don't believe 100% AI. It will spoil the life also sometimes. No doubt about it. Because of who know inside my body. What is happening? Who is the right person to analyze my data? Myself only. That's what we have to apply. But how many of us in this direction? Maximum, when we have a small issue, immediately running. Ambulance. This is what the people are having in their mind. So as possible as maximum, try to apply your skill on your data first. Then take a decision. Okay. So next, students will be able to use Excel. What about you see that whether it is fulfilling all three? All three, action verb, subject content, level of achievement. What is meaning of this is see that students will be able to use Excel. It is a ocean. So it is fulfilling only two criteria. What are the two criteria? Action verb, subject, content. Yes or no? Not fulfilling third one. You see that level of achievement does not specify what level of proficiency is expected. So it is acceptable, no doubt about it. But I am giving rating is maybe very low comparatively other one. Same thing I am modifying, let us see. Given a sample data set, students will use Excel to create a spreadsheet that incorporates simple mathematical formulas. So both are acceptable, but which is having highest rating? Second one is the more specific comparatively the first one. Like that you try to enhance it. That is our job as a faculty. So in this you see that specific outcome, action verb and subject content, level of achievement, all fulfilled in this. Okay. Example 2. Students will analyze global political systems. What is global? Is it specific? Is it specific? It is very broader. So in that case, what I need to do? I have to make it as a specific. How? It is fulfilling the requirements is see that students will analyze 20th century Western democracies and the responsibilities of citizens in those democracies. Even this is also a little bit broader. Is there any possibility you can enhance it? That is your choice. More specific. I feel it is a specific, but you can comment. No sir, it is not specific. You want to be do little bit more changes in that, then it could be specific. Like that you have to provide the justification, not simply to say it is not a specific, it is a specific. With the justification I must give. Okay. These are the points I have given: specificity, scope, measurability. So I think you know that there are two questions are there in the question paper. One is a constructive question, second one is a non-constructive question. The best example is explain the human body. Is it constructive or non-constructive? Huh? It's a non-constructive. Why this is a non-constructive? Because of the examination is a time-bound examination. Maximum for each question 20 to 30 minutes you are giving time. You see that as a student I can start from top to bottom. Once I come to this place, then time is over. Somebody can start bottom to here, time is over. Somebody can start from here, time is over. But everyone is getting equal marks. Then where is the specific? So this is the problem is there in constructive questioning. So what we need to do, we have to shift from the constructive question to the non-constructive question to constructive questioning. This is the most important. Even when we are interacting with the doctor as a patient, the doctor has to be raise the question in a constructive manner or in non-constructive manner. And that is what we have to observe as a being educated, not simply to accept yes or no. So with the constructive, they can extract maximum information, they can give the right treatment. Yes or no? So let us see. Explain about minimum spanning tree with algorithm techniques. Is it constructive or non-constructive? Is it constructive or non-constructive? Why this is a non-constructive? Explain minimum spanning tree with algorithm technique. There are n number of algorithms are there. Prim's algorithm is there, Kruskal algorithm is there. Should I select a Prim's or Kruskal? This is what I have in my mind as a student when I am writing the examination. Not only that, should I go for the graph, partial graph, complete graph, or directed graph, undirected graph, mixed graph, or should I go for the only 3 nodes of the graph? If I am an intelligent student, definitely I can choose only 3 or 4 nodes of the graph, then I can apply the algorithm. Then you must give the 100% marks, because if you have not mentioned any extra information, simply you are asking explain. Yes sir? Are you getting my point? So everybody, if he is intelligent, he can apply that mechanism. So that is what you see that. Suppose if I write that like that for 3 nodes, if I can apply the Prim's algorithm or Kruskal algorithm, if you give for out of 5, 1 mark, I can go to the court definitely if I am a student. Why means? You have not mentioned anything in the question, how do you decide it? Because of I have fulfilled your requirement with respect to your question, that's it. Yes or no? So this is what. Next. What are the problems are there with non-constructive? Misunderstanding, vague or ambiguous questions. What is ambiguous? Should I choose Prim's algorithm or Kruskal algorithm or any other algorithm? Should I select the 3 nodes graph or 5 nodes graph or 7 nodes graph or directed graph, mixed graph, like many are there, you see that. These are the questions I have in writing examination. Okay. Next is deviation, questions that stay from the core topic. Next, lengthy, questions that are overly complex or broad. Where to start, where to stop. This is also very much important when I am setting the question paper, so that you must go to the hacker rank. In the hacker rank, once if you see the question, it is mostly constructive questioning only, not non-constructive. Yes or no? So let us see. So Prim's algorithm, it's a non-constructive question. Like you see that Prim's algorithm, Kruskal algorithm, which I have to be used. Okay. So question, given a complete undirected graph with vertex set and edge weight specified in matrix W, where entry Wij represent the weight of the edge, determine the minimum possible weight of the spanning tree in this graph such that vertex 0 as or is a leaf node in the tree T. You see that this is the what I am giving the information like this. Now I am converting from the non-constructive to constructive. Little extra instructions are required. Without extra instructions, you don't have a choice to give less marks also sometimes, if they choose rightly with their intelligence. If he is an intelligent student, this is what. So now you see the little bit clarity is there, no? I have given number of notes also very clearly information. Everything I have given little, but even still you can comment. Even this is also non-constructive, you can comment. Never end satisfaction. You know that? So like this, you try to set the question, which is the most important. So which type of questioning is the most likely to encourage critical thinking and deeper understanding? Which question is constructive or non-constructive? So I am giving extra information. They have to understand that by applying the analytical and critical analysis, then they have to decide what is the problem. With respect to that problem, they have to try to find the solution. So that is what purpose, you see that. So constructive question. But in our question papers, explain, write a short notes, briefly, discuss, compare. What is this? It's not actually constructive questioning. So I should put my effort for understanding of the question itself first. That's the most important. Where I can gain the analytical and critical analysis? By reading the question itself. I have to apply the analytical and critical analysis. This is most important. Constructive questioning. Which of the following is the benefit of constructive questioning in a classroom setting? Please. Which is the right answer? A, B, C, D. Which is? B, C. Encourage students to think critically and apply their knowledge. Which example best illustrates non-constructive questioning? All are non-constructive, but in that you have to select the best one. Best one. What is the definition of binary tree? Okay. Assessment and evaluation. Okay. So I think this will be covered later. Okay. So, okay. You know that assessment and evaluation process. ICT integration, online assessment to e-assessment to digital portfolios. Many are there right now. But presently we are utilizing manual system, but tomorrow you may be going to see the online assessment, no doubt about it. Whatever the script you are writing, that script once I scan it and submit, then it gives the accurate result. AI is better than, for assessment and evaluation, human. Why? If I am evaluating the answer script, I may receive the call. Then how I perform, you know, little bit variation should be there. But AI maintains the consistency script to script. But human, not possible to maintain the consistency. There is a possibility of the inconsistency. So that AI is a better tool for assessment and evaluation, sometimes for maintaining the consistency. Not 100% accurate. For maintaining the consistency, I am talking about that. It's a best or not, I am not talking, but consistency only. Okay. So next slide. So I hope